The Cellcast is recorded in front of a live streaming audience.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Cellcast. Joining me today is a man who, well, he knows the truth is out there. He doesn't believe his cereal. Welcome, Jacob.
It's like, I'm hearing inner voices. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Am I an alien? I don't know. Why, thank you. Be like, I hope Deedlet didn't put something in my head this time.
Deedlet, what did you do?
Ruh-roh.
Oh, nothing yet? Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to turn into a gonzo, am I? Please.
We'll see, she says.
Why do you think you let me introduce our co-host? A man who just had a very deep conversation with a sandwich. Welcome, Drew.
This is what happens when you eat like pastrami. It makes you gassy. It just talks to you. It causes problems. I should have known better than just ate bologna.
Turkey's better.
Yeah, but it's kind of a bit of a jerk because it's jerk turkey. Anyway. Also joining us tonight is a man who, why do I always do this? He's looking, he knows where the truth out there actually is. Welcome, Dallas from Geek Devotions. I lost it. I'm sorry.
Way out there.
Can I talk about 2 hours away from us? We're talking about Drew talking to a sandwich, and you just ate one. Like
that
you
is true.
Yelled,
just the meta right there. Just all kinds of nuts.
The burger's just screaming, "Help me!" You're just like, "No."
Like, nope, I must devour you. I'm hungry.
Help me!
Stomach, shut up.
I'm
Christian
too
Love.
young to die.
And Christian Love, shut up.
Oh, my God.
Tonight, we are reviewing Muppets From Space.
Huzzah.
I say that specifically because I think for a long time I thought it was called Muppets in Space. Mm-hmm. Jacob thought it was called Muppets in Space.
Exactly.
And I understand why people would think it was called Muppets in Space, but they're not in space. They're just from space.
I think it's funny you both just said that because I was telling my mom I was going to be on the show, and she goes, "I thought it was called Muppets in Space." I'm like, no.
Do you know what it is? We're all confusing it for the segment from the Muppet Show called Pigs in Space.
May not be wrong.
I'll take your word at it. I have no idea what you're talking about.
One day, before we get to 2009's The Muppets, on this podcast, you will have seen Pigs in Space at least once, because I know it's in the Star Wars episode.
Gotcha.
Fair. That's fair.
And we are going to go through a couple of those before we get to 2009's The Muppets. So, yeah, why don't we go ahead and jump into the spoiler-free section of this review.
Certified fresh and spoiler-free.
Dallas, since you're our guest, why don't you start?
So Muppets from Space, I have a love for this that goes multifaceted.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched the movie way more times than I probably should have. But the first time I remember watching it, I was working at Hollywood Video.
Oh.
Mm.
And the tape that we're supposed to play at Hollywood Video that tells people the movies mysteriously was broken. So we had to put something on. So there was just happened to be this tape on the counter. I was like, let's throw this in. And
it's rated G.
Yeah, it's legal. So we're playing it. And this is the deal. This is what I discovered. Every time I played this movie, every time, there will be people in the crowd crazy doing stuff. And just being,
hang on, you disappeared there for a second.
Sorry, but every time I put it on, like there'll be customers, and they're just being customers, being wild, however they are, and I put this on, and people chill out. People literally be dancing in the aisles while getting their movies. They're like, doesn't matter who you are, like just going at it, and it's made life so much easier. And so I have a love for this on multiple facets because of that, but also like the music itself. takes me because like my mom was like a music major.
Mhm.
And,
Okay.
she like on track to be like a music teacher and everything. And so she made sure my childhood was filled with different music, and she introduced me to funk and soul. So this just took me back.
Oh, okay.
And so like a lot of like I love the music of this film. So
Mhm.
that's my spoiler-free conversation about it. It's a lot of fun, guys.
Jacob, what are your spoiler-free thoughts?
My spoiler-free thoughts for Muppets from Space, not in space, from space. So I had never seen this. I didn't grow up watching Muppets. Like I've said in the show multiple times. The only
It
thing
has been my joy to introduce Jacob to the Muppets slowly
Yes.
over the course of the last 7 years.
Like, to be fair, the only thing I had really experienced of Muppets was Muppet Babies, and at that time of my age, I hated the Muppet Babies. I drove me nuts. So when Drew was to be like, "We gotta do Muppets," I'm like, "No." If it's anything like that, no.
Well, let me just say, that first year, we got to our first Christmas, and I put on the list Muppet Christmas Carol because, A, that's not just my favorite Muppet movie, period. It's also my favorite adaptation of A Christmas Carol, and it's one of my favorite films, and it was also the first film I saw in a theater.
Ah,
And,
wow.
you know, in your first year, you don't know how long this is going to last. Granted, we don't know how long it's going to last now, so I was trying to get all my, what I saw as must review films out.
Right.
And that's why I put Muppets Christmas Carol on there in that first year.
Fair.
Only to find out Jacob had never seen the film. And I would say there's a mighty big difference between Muppet Babies and Muppet Christmas
oh
Carol.
yeah, agreed. So that is just more my original experience with Muppets. So
Just if I got a ground basis, how old are you, Jacob?
I'm 43.
Okay. All right. Did you watch Fraggle Rock at least?
A little. Be like, oddly enough, I probably know more about Sesame Street than I did about Muppets.
In my defense, Fraggle Rock, I think, was off the air by the time I could have watched it.
Yeah. Because I remember very little of Fraggle Rock.
I
So-
know.
Yeah.
I mostly knew of it from the short segment in the Muppet Family Christmas special that you can only watch on YouTube now.
Interesting.
Fair.
Look, Jacob, you're older than me, so I'm like, come on, man. Like Fraggle Rock was a big part of the era.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So, and that's kind of Muppet adjacent. It's just funny to me because, like, I'm going to say there was a lot of love, and Drew's going to laugh at the comment. You're kind of a Muppet of a man, and it's just
Are you calling me a gonzo?
you're going to understand.
No, I think he's calling you Sheldon Cooper.
You will understand that reference when you watch the Muppet movie. Okay.
Yes. No, the Muppets 2009.
Yes. It's not a bad thing.
Okay.
But you remind like you're the most Muppety person I know, and it's great. And so I'm
Okay.
like, how do you not grow up watching this? I thought literally like you growing up watching these and just adopted into your personality, like in a beautiful way.
Okay.
Like you're just kind of wild and zany, and then you bring in like this like because every Muppet movie you always had this like and then all of a sudden like bring the music down and it's all chill and serious moment. That's you in a nutshell. And so
Well, I appreciate it.
I just thought there was a Muppet like in your life. And I didn't realize
No.
it's fascinating to me.
Yeah. So my only experience with Muppets really was that I knew of Jim Henson. I knew of all of these. I really didn't get introduced to Muppets until I was, I think, a little into college and what have you. But my spoiler-free thoughts.
And now I'm forcing him to watch every film.
It's against my will. It's against my will. It's against my will.
Blink twice if you are in danger.
This is against my will. Against my will.
I need to shorten this.
Against my will. This is totally against
my will. I gotta watch Muppets Coming from Space. No, but like my spoiler-free thoughts of. By the way, thank you for that comment. That lovely. For some
Jacob's
reason,
default state. That one.
Jacob's default state. Hi ho!
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Yeah, I knew that, but I didn't know anything else. But I enjoyed this movie. It probably maybe not exactly my cup of tea kind of film, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed technically. I enjoyed like the characters themselves. I definitely enjoyed probably most of Gonzo's journey in this movie. There are little parts I was more like, oh, okay, this is not exactly what I thought, because I had two perspectives coming into this film, because I had never seen it before. And all I got is the title, Muppets from Space.
Space! Sorry.
Exactly. Then I watched the trailer, I'm like, okay,
Reflex.
what is this movie? Because I had this perspective and this perspective. And it kind of went this direction. I was like, okay, that's not exactly where I thought it would go, because I thought it would go, you're from space, you're going into space. It doesn't do that. But be like,
well, I mean, he's in space for like a minute.
Yeah.
It's more of a vision than anything else.
He gets struck by lightning. Spoiler alert.
It was a shocker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Blinded by the light.
But be like, be like, I did enjoy parts of the movie. There are parts of the movie that were more like, Be like, I've seen a chunk of Muppets at this point, thanks to Drew over here. It may not be my favorite, but I do enjoy aspects of it. Drew.
So I did see this movie the year it came out on home video in 1999. By this time, I had seen Muppet Christmas Carol a number of times. I had seen it and Muppet Treasure Island in theaters. I had watched the Muppet movie, Muppets Take Manhattan, and Great Muppet Caper numerous times on VHS, both good VHS copies and bootleg. And I had seen a couple episodes of The Muppet Show by the time I originally saw this film.
Oh.
Bear in mind, I was in 7th grade when this film came out. And I suspect I had a bit of 7th grade, I'm too cool for this syndrome going on. I had an idea of what I thought the Muppets would be, or should be, and this was not it. And that was the only time prior to earlier this week that I had actually watched this film. My copy was bought on clearance when Hastings was closing down.
Oh,
it was their old rental copy.
Oh my gosh.
And I had never plugged it in, and I literally bought the Blu-ray to complete my collection. That's how much I really was not a fan of this film since 1999 up until now. I will tell you, it was not at the bottom of my list in terms of ratings, because Muppets Most Wanted is a film. It's got issues, but we'll get to that when we get there. But going into this, I was in a much more receptive state probably than I was at the time. I actually really did enjoy this film. It's still not my favorite. It really didn't move on the list, but it technically is. I rank it higher in terms of, not in terms of Muppet movies, but in terms of overall films. I rank it higher than I would have before. Does it still have issues? Yes, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And admittedly, I am the Muppet nerd of the two of us, between me and Jacob. So, yeah. So, and I will go ahead and tell you right now, Gonzo's my boy. And I will admit, I felt part of my rethinking, I think I was being protective of him, because as we will see when we get to dislikes, I have a couple of opinions on how this film may have done my boy dirty. Even though it was focused on him.
Okay.
So, we'll get to that when we get to that. So, why don't we go ahead and jump into the spoiler-filled section of this review. The following is a spoiler-filled review for the film Muppets From Space. Listener discretion is advised. Muppets From Space was directed by Tim Hill, who would go on to direct Alvin and the Chipmunks, the hybrid film. I think he actually directed all three Alvin and the Chipmunks films.
Interesting.
It was also written by Jerry Jewell, Joey Mazzarino, and Ken Kaufman. And, of course, it's based on The Muppet Show by Jim Henson Productions. Getting into the cast, we've got Dave Goelz as Gonzo, Bunsen Honeydew, Waldorf, and the Birdman. And he played Boober Fraggle in Fraggle Rock.
Say that again.
Boober Fraggle.
Boober Fraggle. Okay.
That's the name of the Fraggle. Boober Fraggle. Steve Whitmire played Kermit the Frog, Rizzo the Rat, Beaker, Cosmic Fish #1, and has a live action cameo as Rainbow the Hippie. The hippie that drops off Bunsen Honeydew and Beaker at the beach.
And
he was Sprocket the dog in Fraggle Rock. Bill Beretta played Pepe the King Prawn. Bobo the Bear, who was playing Rentro, that's the only Muppet that's technically playing a character with a different name.
Oh.
Johnny Fiamma, Bubba the Rat, Cosmic Fish #2, and currently he is the voice of Ralph the dog. Jerry Nelson played Robin, Statler, and Uber Gonzo, which I'm assuming is the aliens at the end of this film.
Okay.
And he was Gobo Fraggle in Fraggle Rock. Brian Henson played Dr. Phil Van Neuter and Sal Manella, and he was Hoggle in Labyrinth.
These names are amazing.
Kevin Clash played Clifford, and he was Splintered in the live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles films. But I also want to point out he is also the voice of Elmo in Sesame Street.
For real?
Splinter and Elmo were voiced by the same person.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, we all know how I feel about Elmo, so we'll just move on. That monster needs to burn in a fire. It's complete now. The bit is complete. Frank Oz played Miss Piggy.
Not stab me.
Do what?
He says, "Tickle me, not stab me."
Frank Oz played Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, Animal, and Sam the Eagle, and he was Yoda in Star Wars. Jeffrey Tambor played K. Edgar Singer, the head of Covenant, and he was George Bluth Sr. in Arrested Development. F. Murray Abraham played Noah. Yes, Noah from the Bible. And he was Ruafo in Star Trek Insurrection. And Hollywood Hulk Hogan played himself. And he was Thunderlips in Rocky 3.
Yes.
I have not watched the Rocky films.
Oh my God.
They're in my to be watched list. But the fact that he's playing a character named Thunderlips.
What was his character's name in Three Ninjas?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I don't remember. Hold on. Now I have to find it. Hold on.
While you're looking that up, let me hit the cameos. We do have cameos from Rob Schneider, Josh Charles, Ray Liotta, Dave Arquette, Andy McDowell, Kathy Griffin, Pat Hingle, Katie Holmes, Joshua Jackson, and there's probably a lot more that I missed.
Probably.
Kingdom Hearts connections. How many do you think we actually have in this?
I'm going to give you 2.
Jacob?
I would probably go with 3.
How does chat feel? Anyone in chat want to give a guess as to how many Kingdom Hearts connections we have in this film? Moving on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is actually 2. Congratulations, Dallas.
Ava!
Paladin Pyre, I didn't give him enough time. Paladin Pyre does say 2.
My dude. He knows what's up. Hello, VVRJ2DM. Welcome to the party.
How's it going?
Hola.
We have, in Kingdom Hearts, we've got Bruce Lanoy as an additional Muppet performer in this, and he played Timon in Kingdom Hearts. And Tyler Bunch played an additional Muppet performer, or was an additional Muppet performer, and he played Incineroar in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Because Smash Bros. Ultimate is actually a Kingdom Hearts game, in case you did not know.
All right, so to your question earlier, Hulk Hogan played Dave Dragon in... Come on.
Three Ninjas?
Three Ninjas, High Noon at Mega Mountain.
Nice.
He was a wacky actor, let's say that.
So, Jacob, what do we have in info and stuff?
Info and stuff, IMDb has a 6.3 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes has a 68 out of 68 and a 61% and 58% score. Streaming on Amazon Prime for $3.99 and Apple TV $3.99. Physical media, if you are interested in that kind of thing, this one threw me for a second. So if you want Muppets from Space, well, you're going to have to spend about $50 to get it.
What?
Yeah. Because on Amazon, if you want it, be like, you have to buy the Muppets 6 movie collection for $49.99.
I'm not doubting you. I just have to see this for myself. You can get it for $16.40.
Where the
on Blu-ray and DVD.
Oh, hold on.
I think you can scroll down a little.
No,
far.
I put Gonzo.
Gonzo in space.
Yeah, Gonzo Muppet in space. Let me put the right one in here.
You can get You can get it on just DVD for $5.
Ah. Yeah, you can buy it for $16.40. Sorry. Apparently, you don't put Gonzo in front of it, and I'm like, oh, it's worth $50 now. I don't know what's going on.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can get it for $18. Let's see. That threw me for a second. Production was Jim Henson Pictures. Distributed by Columbia Pictures, not Disney.
Yeah, let me explain that real quick. So,
okay, real quick. Is that, 2 minutes or 3 hours?
Real quick.
Okay.
So, when Jim Henson passed away back before Muppet Christmas Carol, he at the time was in the process of selling not just the Muppets, but pretty much all of Jim Henson Productions to Disney, but they backed his kids backed out of the deal after he passed away, but did allow Disney, or did work with Disney to produce Muppet Christmas Carol, Muppet Treasure Island. After that, when they went to go make this film, they searched around. I think Disney did get right of first refusal on this, but I could be wrong on that. And Columbia is the one who ended up picking it up. That's why they're the ones who own the rights to it. Once Disney ended up buying just the Muppets plus 2 other side properties, they got the rights to all of the Muppet movies with the exceptions of this one and Muppets Take Manhattan, as those are both still, those movies are still both owned by Columbia.
Interesting. Its runtime was 88 minutes. Theater, all right, going into the box office.
Sweet.
Yes. All right, so box office had an estimated budget of $24 million.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it had a massive budget. Let's see. Its opening was for here in the United States in our northern Canada brothers. Now I'm all tongue-tied while I said that. $4.8 million on July 18th of that same year. Its domestic gross was only 16.6, and its international gross was only $22.3 million. This movie lost money.
Unfortunately.
Yes. Home video. On October 26, 1999, the film was released on VHS and DVD with supplemental featurettes such as blooper reels and audio commentary from Kermit the Frog, Gonzo, Rizzo, and the director, Tim Hill. It was released alongside The Muppets Take Manhattan as a double feature DVD from Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. On June 9, 2008, the film was released on Blu-ray for the first time. On August 16, 2011, alongside The Muppets Take Manhattan, with all the special features from the DVD included. That is all I have for info stuff.
All right, getting into the summary. Gonzo's species has always been a mystery, but having nightmares of being denied entry to Noah's Ark, he begins to realize just how alone he is in the world. Gonzo tells Kermit that he is getting tired of being referred to as a whatever. After an alien species appears to be trying to send a message through his bowl of alphabet cereal, Gonzo realizes that he may not be alone after all, and that evening he climbs to the rooftop of the Muppet boarding house to watch the sky. He is struck by a bolt of lightning, which allows him to communicate with a pair of cosmic knowledge fish who reveal his origins as an alien from outer space. Hoping to contact the aliens, Gonzo makes an impromptu appearance at the television studio for UFO Mania during a live broadcast where Miss Piggy is working. Concerned about Gonzo's behavior, Kermit and Rizzo go down to the studio. Unable to convince his friends of the aliens' existence, Gonzo is lured by Agent Barker to K. Edgar Singer of CovNet, a clandestine national security facility whose mission is to investigate threats of extraterrestrial attacks. Singer is aware of the aliens' attempt to communicate with Earth, having seen Gonzo on television, believes that he is the key to convincing his superior, General Luft, that aliens exist. Gonzo and Rizzo are taken to CovNet, where Rizzo gets flushed down a tube to the facility's rat medical research held by Dr. Tucker,
which serves him right.
Alongside other Muppet rats. Unable to get answers from Gonzo about the aliens, Singer decides to have Gonzo's brain surgically removed and has him taken to a holding cell while the surgery is prepared. Meanwhile, after Miss Piggy interrogates Barker, she, Kermit, Fozzie, Pepe, and Animal go to rescue Gonzo and Rizzo from CovNet using various inventions from Bunsen and Beaker. While Gonzo is in his cell, an alien channeling his voice through a sandwich asks him where the alien ship can land, and Gonzo suggests a beach named Cape Doom. Unaware that Singer's assistant, Agent Rentro, Bobo the Bear, is listening. Gonzo is then taken to the surgery room, and the Muppets arrive to rescue him and Rizzo. Meanwhile, Rizzo escapes from medical research and frees Gonzo from the dissection table, while Singer and Luft witness the other rats attack the surgeon, Dr. Phil Van Neuter. Feeling that his time has been wasted, Luft angrily leaves. Upon discovering that Rentro that Gonzo is heading for Cape Doom, Singer prepares a weapon called the Subatomic Neutro Destabilizer to use on the aliens and heads to Cape Doom with Rentro. The Muppets rescue Gonzo from the facility, then arrive at Cape Doom, where a crowd of alien believers await their arrival. After an hour-long wait, the ship arrives, and the aliens, who all resemble Gonzo, explain that many years ago they lost him, but now welcome him back. Singer shows up and tries to kill the aliens, ultimately failing to do so because Rentro had removed the weapon's battery, and is laughed at. Gonzo considers going with his long-lost family to their home planet, but chooses to stay on Earth with the Muppets with his family's blessing, while a redeemed Singer is invited by the aliens to go with him and leave as Earth's ambassador. Getting into the trivia for this one. This was the first Muppet film not to be a traditional musical with original music. Instead, the soundtrack is primarily classic soul and funk tracks. Bab the Sheep was voiced by 11-year-old Christina Donnelly, who got the opportunity through the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Given a choice between acting in a Muppet film and voicing a puppet of her own, she chose the puppet. Near the end of her time filming, Steve Whitmire and David Goles presented her with a special edition of the Hensonoville News Observer, the newspaper everyone was reading on the movie, and a bag full of the Muppets merchandise.
Oh, that's cool.
She also kept the puppet she voiced. After filming was completed, Christina Donnelly died from Ewing sarcoma on November 7th, 1999.
And which puppet was she?
Bab the Sheep.
Oh.
I would have to look that one up because I don't quite remember it. I don't even remember a sheep in the movie, but I'm sure it's there. This is the last Muppets movie to have Frank Oz's direct involvement. Oz was not available for most of the production, so substitute puppeteers performed his characters, and Oz dubbed the voices during post-production. Katie Holmes and Joshua Jackson had cameos from Dawson's Creek because it was being filmed on a neighboring soundstage. An earlier draft of the story was written by Kirk Thatcher called Muppets in Space. And I always have to say this, if the name Kirk Thatcher does not sound familiar, if you've seen Star Trek IV The Voyage Home, he's the punk on the bus that Spock has to give the Vulcan nerve pitch to.
Interesting.
And he's also the one singing the song on the stereo.
Yes.
Hey, real quick, Bab the Sheep, she was sitting between Gonzo and Rizzo at the breakfast scene at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In the screenplay, aliens, or this was the earlier draft called Muppets in Space. In this screenplay, aliens abducted Kermit because they believed him to be their leader, leading the other Muppets to attempt to save him. A set of Welch's jelly glasses were produced based on this theme.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Another original concept was going to be based on the song I'm Going to Go Back There Someday, which Gonzo sings in the Muppet movie from 1979. Muppeteer David Goles recorded a new version of the song in 4/4 time. It wasn't used in the film, but it was included on the soundtrack album. Originally, another concept for this was the aliens would have seen Gonzo on the Muppet Show and came to visit him on Earth. Gonzo would believe he was one of them until he discovered the truth at the movie's conclusion. What that last one tells me is they were basically going to make Muppet Galaxy Quest.
Oh, no.
I would have been there to see it. Jacob wouldn't have liked it.
That's hysterical. That's hysterical.
In a February 2000 interview, Frank Oz described the film as not up to what it should have been and not the movie we wanted it to be. And while promoting the Muppets 2011 in Germany, Kermit told Energy Berlin 103.4 that with all due respect to Muppets from Space, you don't want that to be the last movie you ever do. You want to do a better one.
That's fair. That's fair.
Also, this movie includes the following references. The Wizard of Oz, because Rizzo quotes Dorothy's lines, "It's a yam, it's a twister," during the centrifuge experiment. From The Thing from Another World, where Gonzo's serial writes, "Watch the Sky." Of course, James Bond films with honeydew spy gadgets. Star Trek, with the head of Covenant saying Kirk's opening monologue, plus the TOS fanfare in the background. Star Wars, with the cosmic fish telling Gonzo, "May the fish be with you." The Man Who Fell to Earth, Miss Piggy calling Gonzo the geek who fell to Earth. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, a replica of Gonzo's head made out of mashed potatoes, referencing the model of Devil's Tower made out of mashed potatoes in that film.
Yes.
Spies Like Us, with Kermit and Pepe posing as doctors. Apparently that's a reference to to an actual scene in there, from what I understand. The Shawshank Redemption, the hole that Rizzo makes behind a sexy poster of the Mice Girls, being a reference to Andy Dufresne, that is to a hole Andy Dufresne makes in the film behind various posters of female movie stars when he escapes from prison.
Movie I still need to watch.
Independence Day, the fact that Dr. Phil Van Neuter looks just like Brent Spiner in Muppet form.
Yes.
And he's thrown against the smoke-filled glass room and even says the line, "Release me."
While he's being tortured by mice.
The Birdman of Alcatraz. One of the imprisoned lab rats is called the Birdman, and he has birds. And in Field of Dreams, where early in the movie, Pepe and Rizzo trick Gonzo into building them a jacuzzi by Pepe saying, "Build a jacuzzi and we will come, okay?"
I love that.
And that's all I've got for trivia.
Oh my.
Dallas, why don't you give us your first like?
My first like is all the references.
Yes. Yes.
That's one of my favorite parts of most of the Muppet movies out there. But I'm trying to think about Muppet movies that came out that I was like actively aware of culture. And I think this is maybe one of the first ones I really was. Like you had the Spice Girls.
This would have been one of the first ones I would have been too.
Yeah. You had the Spice Girls references in it and all kinds of stuff. And so like for me, it's like catching all these moments. Like it takes me back to a happy place. And it's just hysterical just to see how they bring all those in. So that's my first like, it was just the ingenuity of references.
Jacob, what's your first like?
So I'm going to switch my list around to fit with Dallas's. Be like, I love all the references. Like, oh my gosh, they went there. The whole with like Professor Beaker at the very end is like,
you mean Van Neuter?
Van Neuter, that's what I meant. Van Neuter. That design was great, and him getting slammed against that wall, and it was like, release me. I was like, yes, Independence Day, yes.
You were dying at that moment.
Oh, I was cracking up. Be like, there's a Men in Black reference. Like, there's all over the place with
Hulk
this.
Hogan is the Men in Black reference.
Yes, that's right. It's the Men in Black. Oh my gosh. Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
While he's making his NWO speech, promo speech.
His promo speech.
I did have to explain the Hollywood Hulk Hogan to Celeste because she didn't understand why he said he was a bad guy now.
I had to ask Jacob about that.
He turned heel at around that same time in 1999 because he went over to what company?
NWO, I think.
NWO. Yeah, he went over to NWO and he became a bad guy.
Yeah.
Which everyone was like, no, he's everybody's favorite. He can't be a bad guy.
Well, wasn't bad guy for long. I think. I don't know. I didn't.
For a few
I have
years
never
he
watched
was.
wrestling, so I just assumed he went back to WWE not long
I
after
remember
that.
this in school. People were like, no, he's Hulk Hogan. It's like, who the heck is Hulk Hogan?
The cream of the crop, from my understanding.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's someone else. I'm sorry.
Again, when I was a kid, we weren't allowed to watch wrestling because it was fake.
Ah.
And it'd be like, yeah, it's
Admittedly, most of the wrestlers I know were also in movies.
That is true. That is true.
Or telling me to snap into a Slim Jim.
Step into a Slim Jim.
Yes.
Yeah, so like all the movie references, I loved it. You know, the Wizard of Oz, like all of those. So it was like, oh my gosh, I'm dying here. This is funny. So freaking funny. I'll be like, I was like you, Dust. I was giggling about half of this.
Right.
Like really? They went there? It's like, okay, cool. That was interesting. So yeah, that was my first, like, all the goofy references.
Right.
Maybe not the Dawson's Creek one, because I didn't get that one.
I didn't get that one at all. I had to look up who these people were.
I did. So, fun story.
I caught the word Dawson, and I think that was the only connection I had to Dawson's Creek, because that's probably the only other time I've heard that name.
Yeah, because I go ahead.
I was familiar with Dawson's Creek, so I recognized it. When I saw him, though, the first time, my first thought was Mighty Ducks.
Yes.
And then, because he was the main character in Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
And then when we're watching just now, Celeste was watching it, and she thought of Peter Bishop from Fringe. That was where she recognized him from.
The first, I recognized Katie Holmes, and I was like,
I didn't realize that was the same guy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, same guy. I'd be like, oh, what is Katie Holmes doing? I'd be like, wait a minute, I recognize this dork. Who is he? But I recognize Katie Holmes, and it, like they said Dawson, and I'm like, wait a minute, is this a Dawson Creek reference?
They were next door.
What reference are you putting together, Drew? I'm curious.
Well, you said it was this guy was the guy in
Fringe.
Well,
Fringe.
you also said he because I didn't watch Dawson's Creek, so I don't know. I didn't know him from the reference. But you said he was in the main character in Mighty Ducks.
He was,
yeah,
and he's also Peter Bishop in Fringe.
Yeah,
and I had not put two and two together when I watched Fringe 10 years ago.
Revelation.
It's like, because now you say that, I go, oh, I see it in his face.
Yep, that's generally where you see it.
I didn't see it at the time. I was more
think,
curious who this J.J. Abrams guy, why he was going to mess up my Star Trek. And was watching this show to find out how.
That's so funny.
Alias, anybody?
I didn't watch Alias.
It's good.
I didn't. Anyways.
What is your
My
first like? Now that we've blown your mind over here.
My first like for this film actually is the fact that it's a Gonzo story. All of granted, Gonzo was a major character in Muppet Christmas Carol because he played Charles Dickens, and he was a major character in Muppet Treasure Island playing one of the sidekicks to little boy who sings like a girl whose name I can't think of. Jim Hawkins. Sorry, couldn't think of the character's name.
Little boy who sings like a girl.
Well, am I wrong?
Not exactly.
He did kind of sing very high pitched. Next
when
to
you're
Tim
that
Curry.
young, you kind of do.
No, I mean, you know what I mean. His voice did not match his age.
Okay.
Either way, we're not talking about Muppet Treasure Island. And Gonzo kind of had bit parts in the Muppet movie and Muppet the Muppets Take Manhattan and Great Muppet Caper. And Gonzo has always been my favorite character from the Muppets. Yes, Kermit the Frog is one of my childhood heroes, but if we're talking about the character I like the most, it's Gonzo. It's the Great Gonzo because he's a weirdo, and I always found him funny. He was my guy. And I am so happy to see one where he is actually the main character, and we actually get some character development for him. So, yeah, my first like is that this is actually more of a Gonzo the Great film instead of a Muppet film.
I respect that. I respect that.
Doubts, what's your second like?
My big like is the music. It hits me in the right spaces. Again, I have a lot of love for funk and soul music, and so hearing that playing in the background, it just takes me back. It puts me in a happy place. Even today when I hear the music, I'm just like, I'm good to go. I'm chill. I'm jiving with it. So 100%, hands down. And again, cards on the table. I am not a traditional musical fan. I'm not a big fan of musicals.
That's fair.
Most of the older ones, we kind of diagnosed it a little bit. It's just that a lot of the older ones, they focus on having music that have these really high pitches, and they kind of hurt my head. So, but this, the funk just hits me right, man. And so it's the music.
They didn't play that one in this one.
Oh, I know. That's what I think of funk. Just boom, bum, 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 bum.
Jacob, so what's your second like?
Yeah, because apparently I'm a Muppet. Apparently.
A Muppet of a man.
A Muppet of a man.
Oh, I am so looking forward to you getting that reference.
Well, I've done Muppets before, so guess it rubbed off.
You've done puppets, not Muppets.
You know what I mean.
It's not just a brand name. I mean, it is, but...
My second, like... I absolutely... I'd be like, watching this movie the first time, be like, watching Gonzo's conflict to be like who he is, struggle with more his identity and his personal journey, trying to discover who he really is. And to be like, he goes on this wacky journey that he gets struck by lightning and has an encounter with cosmic fish. I was like, okay, this is interesting. And then it just goes full tilt Muppets. And I'm like, okay. I kind of be like, I had this idea in my head what this movie was going to do. It didn't do it. Be like, so I'm kind of in this happy middle place. And so, okay, I like it here or there, but I absolutely loved Gonzo's journey to discover who he is and the great and wacky links in which he does do it. I absolutely love the point where he does get struck by lightning. And then he goes all conspiratorial with the hat, with the everything, and then he's mowing in the yard, which the lawn is dead, and they're still able to mow this. Like, how low did you get that tractor, bro?
Right.
Like, were you mowing into the?
They were scalping the yard,
raking the ground, man.
Yeah, raking everything. Oh my gosh! But be like
those words will be there next summer.
Yes,
in 2027.
Yes. But I absolutely love the way he goes about it. He totally believes it. He'd be like, he is convinced the aliens are coming, and they do come at the end of the movie. I was suspecting that it was going to turn into an episode of Wizard of Oz, and it was all in his head. Because I would like, okay, that's funny. I would have loved that. Like all the shenanigans and everything like that. And there's like, hey, Gonzo, wake up! It's a what? You were dreaming, bro. You were dreaming. It's like, what?
And yet there's still a jacuzzi.
Yes, there's still a jacuzzi.
Facts.
Yes, but that's where I thought the movie would have gone. I thought that would have been a great idea. That was all in his head. It was like, but it's like, okay, the way the movie ended is like, okay, that's satisfying. But overall, I really did enjoy Gonzo's discovery of who he was. He was actually a little fuzzy little alien. And which obviously he would be the alien, be like, he doesn't match anybody else around. I absolutely love the beginning of the movie where be like, he's
I'm trying not to say something. Continue.
Okay.
He's so bitter.
No. I just don't want to spoil later.
Okay. But overall, be like, I really enjoyed the very beginning where he's he's being rejected by Noah and Noah's Ark, and he'd be like, I don't want to live alone, and that idea be like, definitely if you're single or something, you don't want to be left alone by yourself. And be like, I got that. Be like, I totally get that from a guy who's been single for so many years, and my dear brother right over here who does the exact same thing. And you don't want to be alone. I think in Christ we're not alone. But I think as a Muppet who is awkward and weird, and he's blue and he likes to get shot out of cannons, apparently. Which apparently his race does that. I was like, okay, that explains why his. Will you stop it?
I didn't say anything.
You breathed hard.
He said
Now
nothing.
I can't even breathe.
He said nothing.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there.
It's honestly not as bad as you think it is.
I'm not. Am I saying it's bad?
No, I think my reaction is not as bad as you think it is.
Okay. We shall see, man. But it's like I do enjoy Gonzo's journey, his discovery, his conflict. Be like, I want to find out who I am. Be like, he pulls an Ariel from Little Mermaid. I want more. That, oh my gosh, now I got that in my head. Oh gosh. Anyways.
Can I just say that was something I've wanted from the Muppets for so long now that they're owned by Disney?
Oh yeah.
I want them to do like they did with Olaf's movie summaries, but with the Muppets.
God.
I don't necessarily need the Muppet remakes, like the meme has been saying for years.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But Gonzo singing that song would be hilarious.
Be like
I respect this decision.
part of your world.
Yeah.
That might become part of the artwork. I'm just saying. I mean, I just got that in my head now. Oh my gosh. Anyways, continue.
My second like for this, as y'all know, along with being a cartoon fan and a Muppet fan and all this, I'm also a sci-fi fan.
Yeah.
And so the fact that this is a spoof and parody of multiple sci-fi movies from the top echelons of the genre down to the crappy little B movies that never should have left Mystery Science Theater 3000. The fact that that's all in here is just wonderful to me. I love seeing the little, like I said, the references to all these different things. And it really does fit the idea of a crazy man saying aliens are coming movie, to a T. It's a fun movie in that respect. But yeah, I do like the sci-fi-ness of this because it's the only sci-fi Muppet movie we got, and I do appreciate it for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So before we move forward, be like, can you push in what RC just said?
This one or this one?
The last one.
Oh. Muppet Princess Bride movie would be interesting.
Yes. Thank you. That would be amazing.
With
I would go watch that.
With Sweetums as Fezzik.
Oh my god.
That would be so good. The weirdest crossover ever.
I could see Kermit the Frog as the Dread Pirate Roberts, aka Wesley.
Yeah, and then you get the actual
and
actor.
after then you do that, you got to put Miss Piggy as Buttercup.
Oh my gosh. I can just see that like, oh, I love you. Hi-ya, down the hill.
You're not wrong on anything you just said.
And you could die too for like hair.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we do need to talk about what we don't like about this film.
Yeah.
Dallas, what is your first dislike for Muppets from Space?
I know it's supposed to be silly, but like the way that the what's his name? The main bad guy. He wasn't the general.
No, he wasn't the general. What's his name?
I don't know.
They barely said the guy's name. I just know he's the Covenant guy. Hang on. Singer.
Yeah, Singer.
K. Edgar Singer.
Singer.
So my issue was the communication with him and the general, because the general's like, he's showing him like this proof there's something out there, and the general's like, this is all fake. I'm like, I understand the government's kind of not all together at times, but if you're showing you documentation that somebody carved into the pyramids, I feel like we could turn on C-SPAN and figure that out. That was not fake at all.
Maybe he would have believed it more if it didn't look photoshopped.
No, he was one of those guys. It's like, oh no, be like, yeah, that's just like a reflection or something. Or like, it doesn't really matter. But look over here.
Right. That's just
but it's a Fibonacci spiral. Of course, it's got to be the truth.
But like it was just like things like that. Like it's like it just certain things didn't make sense. It's like the aliens were looking for him, but the spiral lands exactly where he lives. Like I'm like,
except it doesn't.
So well, it's true. But like the way that they're working out, the story they're suggesting it was, and so there's small things like that. I was like, okay, guys, what are we doing here, really?
Yeah.
Jacob, what's your first dislike?
So my first dislike kind of follows with some of the story beats just make no sense. Like, okay, what's going on here?
Right.
Like you said, with the general, with oh gosh, like some like with the aliens show up, be like, okay, be like that was interesting, but at the same time, it's like, okay, that's a little plot convenience. But oh yeah, we're gonna wait around forever, and then we see Rita Revolto's trash can come down.
Revolto, what is happening?
He combined the
Rita
brother
Repulsa?
and sister.
Yeah,
is what he did.
It's from the comics.
Rita Repulsa.
Rita Repulsa.
Not
her little
her brother is Rito Revolto.
Can I finish, please?
Who is technically played on another thing by a person who's been on this podcast a lot.
Yes.
Indeed.
Continue.
Yeah. Whatever her little witch name is, coming down in her little trash can, be like, after 10,000 years, I'm free. Wait, why are there Muppets here?
And where's the Krispy Kreme?
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh!
You can defend that particular Power Rangers movie all you want, and I will let you enjoy it. But the fact that it's above a Krispy Kreme is that the Zeo Crystal's beneath the Krispy Kreme, that the Krispy Kreme replaced the juice bar.
Lord, I feel like we're going backwards with certain things. Bro, for reals.
Hang on, he's got to breathe.
We had a Krispy Kreme here. It was terrible because Krispy Kreme doesn't compare to Southern Made Donuts. But anyways,
Krispy Kreme was not all it was cracked up to be.
Oh
I'm sorry for the people who like it, but there are far better donuts.
Our Krispy Kreme closed down. Do you know what's in the building now? A dentistry.
That's hilarious.
That is kind of funny. That is very apropos. We hated it so much we made it into a dentistry.
All right,
like, you hated that? It's like, oh yeah, you need dentistry.
That's as bad as the veterinary clinic / taxidermy. Ooh. Because either way, you get your pet back.
Oh my!
Oh no!
Oh. It's like Fluffy came in, but I got Fluffy back, but he was stuffed.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical.
He's stiff as a board.
You won't run away anymore. This podcast is going downhill, guys.
As Nate likes to say, we have done the ceremonial breaking of the Jacob.
You gonna make it, Jacob?
Yeah, have it in a second. Oh my gosh!
I'll take the loss on that one. Let's see.
Oh my gosh!
Oh me, oh my Miss Molly.
Fly me to the freaking moon, Shinji.
Good times.
Get the stupid robot. Either or. Yeah, just like the story itself. It'd be like, some of it's like, okay, that was a bit too weird. And it's gonna be like, it's like, I do agree with Frank Oz. It wasn't the story we wanted to do. And it's to be like, yeah, do compromise, whatever. But I can definitely see his point with, it's not the movie we wanted, or the movie we initially wanted to do. And I can see where that sentiment comes from. But it's like, yeah, some of the stories just like, huh?
Yeah.
Misa say what?
Misa say what?
Anyways, that was my first dislike. Drew, do you have anything?
Oh, I have things.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, boy. Do we need a rant master for this?
Not yet.
Not
Actually,
whoa.
no. I will say I will not be playing Rant Master tonight.
Oh, okay.
There are things that will. There's what I'm. This first one, it's going to border on it, but I'm not going to take it that far.
I'm about to say, like, you're going to break our guest, very geeky heart.
This is an issue of continuity.
I'll be good. Don't worry about it.
It's an issue of continuity, and I know that continuity in the Muppets is a very loose thing because most of the movies kind of sort of take place in their own little universe, separate from all the other Muppet stuff. And in many ways, when you're watching a Muppet movie, at least in my way of thinking, yes, they may break the fourth wall, but there's a fifth wall in between the fourth wall and you.
This is a true story.
Because, I mean, the Muppets always act like they're real. They're,
Well, they are real. They're on people's hands.
You know what I mean? They're alive. It's how they're always presented.
Oh, okay.
There is another wall. That's why I say there's another wall between the fourth wall and us during a Muppet production. So there is at least some continuity. And that continuity issue I have here is... Where's Camilla?
The chicken.
The chicken.
Ah.
The girlfriend. This is a character. In many ways, this movie is a character piece on the great Gonzo.
Yes.
And they left out his girlfriend.
Now, did they? Or did they just say that she was already on the ship? Because there were dancing chickens on the ship.
Camilla is not in the movie at all.
Okay.
I will admit, the fact that the female... aliens do bear resemblance to Camilla was a nice touch. But Camilla herself is not in the film. Now, I can understand maybe leaving Camilla out so that we can amplify the loneliness that Gonzo is feeling, so he would be more willing to come out after this. You know what would help amplify that more? Tell us she had to go home for some reason, and that's why she's not here. I'm not asking for her to be shoehorned all the way through the film. I need a reference. I need to know where she is. I need something that she did, whether intentionally or not, that has put Gonzo in this position of loneliness far more than he normally is.
I respect that.
That's my issue. Camilla is not even mentioned, and the thing is, it's so not mentioned. I didn't notice it till this viewing that Camilla was not in this film at all. So yeah, my first dislike is they left out the Ashley to his Jacob, the Celeste to his Dallas. Where on earth is Camilla the chicken?
This is the great controversy now.
Yeah, forget who actually sung for the villain in The Great Muppet Caper.
This is up there with conversations like who shot JR?
Yeah, who shot JR? Where on earth is Camilla the chicken? This sounds like I'm making a joke, but actually leaving Camilla out of this does, I feel, weaken the story a little bit. And it was one of those things that once I recognized it, I went, she's not here. That would fix some problems. A reference to her would fix problems. You don't want her to have a major role in the movie? That's fine. But she is still part of Gonzo's life. She has made appearances in every other film besides Christmas Carol and Treasure Island. And in those, they were putting on a production. It makes sense why Camilla's not there.
Huh.
So, in this film, I would like to know, where is Camilla the chicken?
Oh, where is Camilla gone?
Somebody get Columbia Pictures on the line. Figures that now.
Yeah.
Dallas, what is your second dislike?
Muppets from Space 2. Where's Camilla?
The search for more chickens.
There we go. That's better.
Oh, man. Gonzo's just going around picking up chicks.
Well, he's looking for his hot chick.
Oh, my gosh. So my second dislike for this film is I'm not sure I actually have another dislike. Like, I just genuinely have fun with this film, and I probably overlook a lot of issues that are in it.
That's fair. That happens to all of us.
It's something, again, total probably nostalgia.
You have Muppet blinders on.
Yeah. But like, the thing is, like, I don't like other Muppet movies as much as this one at all. Like, I'm on record many times going, this is my favorite Muppet movie of all time. So I'm not sure I actually have another dislike for this film as a whole. And because just the combination of how everything works out together, it's just fun and enjoyable. My brain stopped functioning. Apologize. Let me recalculate what's happening.
No worries. Recalculating.
Reloading.
I mean, Bobo did give us salvo authority.
He did. True story. The one thing that, again, kind of continuity issues. As much as I love to use it for illustrational purposes when I'm explaining to people how to do film, Piggy's freezing up was kind of weird because she's a actress. She's on stage. She does all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. She's very much, I want all the attention. And she's had it throughout every Muppet thing you've ever seen.
Fair.
They go, and action. She goes, just freaks out.
It was funny, but at the same time,
but it doesn't fit her character.
No, it doesn't.
It's because it almost felt like this was like almost like a reboot of the whole franchise as a whole.
I gotcha.
So that's my second like. Again, it's just characters. Certain things about characters just weren't there correctly.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
So almost like characters were off model very slightly.
A little bit, yeah.
I feel that's one of those that has to be one of the instances where Frank Oz wasn't on set or wasn't involved in that writing that character, since it is one of his, because he may have had better instincts on how to handle Miss Piggy up there than perhaps whoever was playing her in that moment.
Right,
possible.
That's possible. But don't get me wrong, I love that scene, and I regularly, like, when I'm explaining to people about because again, I work at my church. I'm the media pastor. I do a lot of stuff, media stuff. And I try to give people some like, hey, there's a scene from Muppets from Space. She does this. It happens. Pretty slow. We're editing. It's not live. We can fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So because people, they genuinely do that. If you're not used to having attention, and even some people I know people who are really great speakers. I mean, really great speakers. And I get them on camera, and they are the most wooden people I've ever seen in my life. I'm just like, I need you to like, relax,
just pretend it's a normal day on stage.
Yeah, it's you and me having a conversation. Just talk.
Like go burp or something like that, because you're just like, hello, welcome.
Hello, I'm trying to act like a human being for a second here.
Yeah, I mean,
although that disconnect I have always found interesting between recording on a camera versus in person, because it's goes the other way too, where you're fine on camera, you get out there in front of other people and you freeze up. It goes both ways, and I do not know why it does that.
You're not wrong about that.
It's the same thing. It's just anyway.
Yeah. So Artsy just said in the chat,
says, "Oh my goodness, I was just like that the first time I recorded with Jacob and Drew. For some reason, despite the fact we were joking right before, I just clammed up."
That's what it fair. Is, Darcy, is you are in awe of the greatness that is Drew and Jacob. They're just it's a fair thing. You're starstruck.
And fun fact, she will be on an episode coming up fairly soon.
Yes,
let's go.
Yeah.
So
Artsy's become kind of like a fourth host in a way.
And she's only been on one or two other episodes.
Yeah, that's true.
2 other episodes, because she was on Labyrinth.
I'm sorry, she's in every episode, sir.
That is
she
true.
She is our clip master.
Yeah, she's clip master.
She's the mistress of the clips.
That is true.
Yeah, if her internet doesn't disagree.
It'll be fine, Artsy. It'll be fine.
We will work around it. So, Jacob, what is your... I'm sorry, I jumped ahead. Dallas, was that the end of your dislikes?
That's the end of my dislikes.
All right, Jacob, what is your second dislike?
My second dislike, it's not really a dislike about the film. It's more of because again, we all have expectations of what be like. We watch a movie, it's like, oh, okay, I'm expecting this or something like this. Maybe a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But at the same time, be like, I'm watching this and be like, this could have been a little better. If they would have maybe done more of the, like, I think in the initial pitch script, it was more... I think it's like, I think Kermit got kidnapped by aliens and had to go get him. I was like, my thought was, wait a minute, what if Gonzo got kidnapped by aliens and then they have to go get on a spaceship and had to go into space to go find Gonzo.
So Muppet Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my gosh, the egg was a layover from that original script. It was supposed to be with the aliens popping out.
Yeah.
That was
admittedly,
the
when I
alien
saw
reference
that
there,
egg
too.
thing come down, my first thought was, oh, it's a xenomorph egg.
Yes, be like, that's what I kept thinking. Be like, oh, come on, please, like Gonzo, stick your head in there for a second, please.
What would a xenomorph Gonzo look like? Just the normal thing, but it's got a beak coming out the front.
Yes. Oh, get on my base! Get on my base!
Oh my gosh, you'd have Kermit
A
dressed up
little
as a predator.
Gonzo mouth coming out in between.
Oh gosh! Hey!
Yeah, you have Fozzie dressed up as the predator going
Yes.
after it.
Oh gosh!
Waka waka waka.
Oh, I can see. What's his name? Monster or the drummer? What's his name?
Animal.
Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper!
No. This is Animal goes, chopper, chopper.
Yes. That would have been chopper.
While he's chasing Sigourney Weaver.
Yes.
Wall on.
Yes.
Pablo goes. Gonzo opens his mouth. A small Camilo.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! That the whole segment directed by James Cameron. Been great.
I'm fine with this, actually. This needs to... Okay. They just recently did the anniversary Muppet Show special. And if that ends up actually being a backdoor pilot to bringing the Muppet Show back, I need this skit.
Yes. I mean, like, it's all owned by Disney now, so why
Yes,
not?
there's no reason not to.
Exactly.
Put it on the Arnold Schwarzenegger guest episode.
Oh, gosh.
Have him face Gonzo Morph.
Gonzo Morph.
It makes about as much sense as Gonzo Vader.
Or be like, you get the famous line, he's about to be like, get to the chopper, and here comes, animal. Chopper! And you're like, okay, chopper!
Archie, you need to clip all this. And
Yes!
We're keeping her busy tonight.
Yes, we are.
The bear, send it to them. Make royalty checks out to the Cellcast.
Indeed.
But
Anyway.
yeah, that was more. It was more wish fulfillment what the story could have been.
Right.
Because again, you always think, be like, if they would have done this and this, maybe it would have been a better film.
Right.
But I think there's a little bit of magic in this story itself that makes it good and decent. It's not a horrible film in any fashion or form, but I think I'm getting ahead of myself. What is yours? I lost my breath. Second is like
My
chopper.
My second dislike.
Are you getting a right, Master?
No.
Okay.
But I will say I do think this movie actually plays it too safe. This is a film that's about the great Gonzo.
Right.
On the Muppet Show, this is a man whose acts includes things
Muppet?
such as eating a tire to the tune of Flight of the Bumblebee. The man is a performance artist who, admittedly, this is the joke, his performance art is bad, but then it's performance art, so it's kind of bad to begin with, but that's neither here nor there. To me, this is almost too safe for how they go, because they're giving explanations to why Gonzo is being weird, but they're not showing why Gonzo is being weirder than normal. Because everyone just takes this at the beginning as, oh, this is just Gonzo. He's being a weirdo. It's what he does. And also, I think that the fact that the aliens at the end of this film being Gonzo-esque in appearance was the incorrect move. I think they should have been Fraggles.
Oh, that would have been better.
Not Fraggles. That's different.
Oh.
The Fraggles
Fraggles?
are actually a group of monster puppets that the Jim Henson Company made in 1970 for a show called, or a Christmas special called The Great Santa Claus Switch.
Oh, I see these. Yeah,
which
yeah.
included one of these Fraggles was called the Cigar Box Frackle, who later on would be his design would be slightly changed to become the Great Gonzo. So this would be a cool. Now, granted, it would be a great Easter egg for those who know, but for those who don't know, you're just seeing a bunch of beaked monsters that kind of have an appearance of Gonzo. And the thing is, they were still, even today, the monsters, the Frackles who would show up in the Muppet Show and all these others, they still show up in new Muppet stuff. And yeah, I personally believe it would have been better had it been the Frackles that were on the alien ship. It would make it a scam, and Gonzo having to come to the fact that, sure, his family is not out there. His family is the Muppets, because we kind of knew that's how this was going to be going in. This is not a new story. The question is how you get there. And the fact that it happened that the aliens were Gonzo-esque in appearance, while it makes sense, it's too safe. I really do feel, as a fan of Gonzo and as a fan of the Muppets, the movie's ending is too safe.
I respect this. I genuinely respect this comment. I've never seen these creatures before, but I'm looking at them, I'm going, they are definitely... After
the, and I mean, the Fraggles, they originally were going to be called the Frackles because of this connection, but because they are different shaped, they softened the middle of the word to Fraggle. But the Frackles appear throughout the Muppet Show as background monsters, akin to the standard Jim Henson monster, but they do have this beaked appearance that separates them. And they have added to the Frackles from the original number over the years. So I think it would have been better if the Frackles had been the aliens at the end.
I can see that.
Most people would not get the reference, but it would make sense. And to those people who did get the reference, it's a great Easter egg. But that's not what they did. So we do need to, now that we've reached the end of our review, we do need to rate the film. Dallas, what are you rating this film?
Okay, give me what's the range for this? Like, what are we voting this on? Like 1 to 10, 1 to 5,
0 to 10, rounded to the nearest 0.5.
0 to 10, rounded to the nearest 0.5. Okay. I'm gonna the movie is fun. The movie has issues, but I feel happy watching it. So I'm gonna give it an 8.
Giving it an 8.
If I were to rate this for the bottom shelf, it would be a top shelf movie, because I genuinely would put this on and just have it going. So many times in college, I threw it on just to have play in the background most of the time. But it was fun to have, and so yes, give it an 8.
All right, Jacob.
I'm gonna give it a 7. Be like, I did enjoy this movie. It does have problems, but I think overall I did enjoy the film to an extent. Maybe I did have expectations that might have been a little high, but I did enjoy it. I mean, like, even the fact that my wife doesn't like Muppets, I actually did enjoy this movie to an extent. It's not as good as, I would say, Muppet Treasure Island or come on.
Which one?
I'm thinking that like the other ones, but don't have to go through them. But
Muppet Christmas Carol, Great Muppet Caper, Muppets Take Manhattan, The Muppet Movie.
I think it's
What happened in the one you're thinking of?
I don't remember.
Well, that's not helpful.
Yeah, it's not helpful.
I can't help me help you.
Either or.
Was the one with the frog?
Yes, there's a frog in it.
Was there a pig?
Yes.
Was there
Were there a bunch
of rats?
Yeah, along those lines.
Was it in a city? Was it in the country? Was it in a bear's natural habitat, the Studebaker?
You know what? I'm gonna go back and actually find which one I'm thinking of, because in the moment it's more like, what movie was that? Because I think it was a double feature about DVD you let me borrow.
Okay, if it's a double feature, it would have been Muppet Treasure Island and the Great Muppet Caper.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think mine would probably be my favorite Muppet movie would probably be Muppet Treasure Island, because I just love the creativity. Be like, it's Treasure Island with Muppets, and it's just
that's fair.
Funny.
It is the only Muppet movie where somebody dies.
Yes,
Billy Connolly.
Fair. Lady Lomax is laughing at you.
So I want to, before I put in my rating, I do want to give some context. Prior to this rewatch, I probably would have rated this film a 5. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't my favorite.
That's fair.
And it wasn't really high. I think now
Something was high when this happened.
I would put it at a 7.
I respect that.
The movie is fun. I do feel a lot better about it this time. I'm not suffering from 7th grade-itis. I honestly do think that's part of it. The whole idea, you know how it is in middle school.
Yeah.
You're too cool for this kids stuff, even though you're still sitting there and watching the kids stuff
Every Saturday morning.
Exactly. This is my peak Dragon Ball Z watching time. So I have no room to talk. But in this viewing where I'm not in that mode and I can just enjoy it for what it is, and even if I do have the issues that I do have, I can still enjoy it for what we got, because let's face it, there's a lot of good things. There are a lot of funny things to laugh at here. There's a lot of great moments in here. And what has quickly become, I think, my favorite Muppet moment, maybe not my of all time, but definitely in my top 10, is the reference to Independence Day with Dr. Van Leer. Because that hits my Star Trek, my love at the same time, because I see that puppet and I go, it's Brent Spiner as a Muppet. I need a picture of Brent Spiner and this Muppet in the same shot.
Right. Oh my god.
I just want that. So yeah, I'm actually rating this a 7. It's really, like I said, it has in terms of where I rate this among Muppet films, it didn't really move.
Okay.
But that's because my opinion on the other films are so much higher that this one didn't quite get up there. The exception being what's at the bottom, which is Muppets Most Wanted. We'll explain why when we get there. I have opinions about that particular film. But yeah. So next week, if y'all thought we were done with Roy and PaulJPowers.com after last week,
they gasp.
They are back in a non-crossover episode.
What?
To review Flow.
Oh, that's right. They are.
Like the actress who does the commercials with insurance?
No. The HBO Max movie that came out a couple years ago.
The one
with the cat.
The one about the black cat?
I'm going to have to look this up.
Mm-hmm.
It, I think, made the rounds.
Oh, yeah.
Post-apocalyptic. It's all it is, a cat, a dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember this now.
So join us next week for that. Why don't we go ahead and jump into the intermission, and then we will get to some Batman.
Intermission.
This podcast is a proud member of Culture Box. Whether you enjoy geeky reviews, comedy, or original fiction, you can open up the Culture Box and find something excellent for your soul. Point your web browser to culturebox.media.
This week, we suggest checking out Geek Devotions.
Hey!
Geek Devotions is a collaboration of devoted geeks that are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. They produce a weekly geek culture-infused devotional, their podcast, Com Talk, and written articles, all designed to encourage and challenge people in their geek communities, bridging the gap between their faith and their geekdoms. You can find all their content at geekdevotions.com. The Cellcast would also like to thank the following patrons: Artsy Seth, PaulJPowers.com, the Monster Island Film Vault, Edwin Gonzalez, and the Book of Gaming.
Yay.
If you would like to have your name shouted out on the show, plus episodes of our Patreon exclusive show, We're Just Super Saiyan, and I do swear I'm going to force Jacob to continue this series at some point, You can donate to our Patreon at the $1 level. At the $5 level, you can get uncut episodes of the podcast, plus special art from Jacob.
When I get around to it.
And at the $10 level, you can force us to review a film of your choice within reason in the year 2027, as we are already filled up for this year.
Thank you.
Also, please go check out our Redbubble store for stickers, t-shirts, and other various merch. And if you want to support us without spending any money, please rate, review, and subscribe to us wherever you found us, and share us with your friends.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am
Gonzo. Gonzo. Gonzo.
There is a song the good folks sing.
I hate to tell you this, but I think Gonzo was dressed up as Batman once on Muppet Babies.
He was.
He was. I do remember that. You made that come back to my memory. How dare you?
You are the one who sang the Gonzo name there. Just saying. Batman the Animated Series. Cold Comfort. Production episode 88, broadcast episode 88. It first aired September 11th, 1997. It was written by Hilary J. Bader and directed by Dan Reba. In this episode, Batman and Batgirl hunt Mr. Freeze, who is on a destructively nihilistic campaign. New cast for this episode. We got Jack Glenn Bennett as Jack Ryder, Tress MacNeille as Dr. Margaret Madsen, Ice Maiden #1, and the Terrified Lady. Ian Patrick Williams as Giuseppe Bianchi, Cree Summer as Ice Maiden #2, and Lauren Tom as Ice Maiden #3 and a scientist. Trivia. Although this originally aired in October of 1997, the episode follows the events of the direct-to-video animated film Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero, whose release was delayed after the poor reception of the live-action Batman and Robin. Sub-Zero, a continuation of the previous Batman the Animated Series, was originally set for release in July of 1997 and would have predated the fall debut of the revamped and redesigned series, The New Batman Adventures, which this is technically a part of. After one of Freeze's henchwomen accidentally freezes her foot and is unable to move, Freeze does not help her and apathetically leaves her to her fate as he escapes. He showed this exact kind of treatment to his former henchman Johnny, who found himself in the same predicament in the episode Heart of Ice. And at the end of the episode, Freeze's fate is debated among the Bat family. It then cuts to Freeze's frozen body to show his head missing. He would then later appear one last time in the Batman Beyond episode, Meltdown.
Yes.
Which we will not be covering because we're not going into Batman Beyond.
Not yet.
Not yet, yes. At the moment, we're not covering it as part of Batman the Animated Series. It is technically later.
But then, of course, you gotta watch the very end of Justice League Unlimited to figure out what happens at the very end of Batman Beyond.
And how it's connected to Batman, the animated series.
Yes.
Because cinematic universes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dallas, what is your thoughts on this episode?
All right, so I'm going to be with you. I vaguely remembered the transition from Batman, the animated series, to this.
It was only 2 episodes prior.
I know, but like when it happened, I remember going, oh, this is awkward. But I was young when it happened. But like going back to it, because I've recently been watching the original Batman, the animated series.
Mm-hmm. So have we.
Just kind of going through it, just Celeste and I. Because Celeste didn't grow up with culture like I did. And so...
Are you saying she was sheltered?
Oh God, yes. It was a boy show. She was allowed to watch boy shows. Is what she told me.
Oh, but there are girls on it.
Yeah, Batgirl,
Poison Ivy, Harley,
Catwoman.
True story.
Catwoman, yes.
But the characters,
plenty of henchwomen.
True. But I pulled up the imaging of it because I'm looking at them, and it's just I don't know. I don't think I like the character designs of this new series as a whole.
A lot of people didn't.
I am not a fan of it either. I don't know if you've gone back and heard the episode with the last one that we did, which was the first one on this art style. But the reason they switched was that there was twofold. One, It was to match this art style they were using for Superman the Animated Series.
Right.
Because number 2, it was cheaper.
Yeah.
To do the art this way, because on the first 3 seasons, Batman, the show, it was animated on a black background paper, whereas which was more expensive.
Right.
This is animated on white background paper.
Right. And I get that, and I understand that, and that's one of the things I was trying to get to was like, it feels cheaper in animation style, and those who like people who are really into animation, you get what I'm saying there. Like, it feels cheaper. It's not bad. It's still good art, but there's just things about it, you're just like, there was a texture to the earlier seasons. So watching this episode, because I don't think I've actually seen this season of Batman since it first came out, I was kind of thrown off. I'm going, what is happening here? Like the Mr. Freeze design, everything else. Now, once we got to the evolution of what happened to Freeze here, it made sense, the body design. It really did.
The head, on the other hand.
Well, yeah, the head. Look, why are his eyes glowing red? But to make him look like an evil robot, I guess. But the thing, I wrote this out in my notes, is that while I've been terribly distracted with the art design change, I am thankful that the stakes and the vibe of it has not changed. There's still this grittiness to it. There's still this like, what is happening here? Like that was the beauty of the original Batman the Animated Series, was that it was done in a way that the whole family could watch, and there was a noir grittiness to it that was heavy, and you felt that throughout this episode and the next one we're going to talk about also. And so overall, I thought it was a fun, interesting story. Because I do not remember watching this episode when he comes around the corner and he's in the spider
mode.
I was like, kill a fire. But at the same time, it's like, oh my gosh, like this is heavy. This is heavy stuff. He's like full despair. He couldn't go back to her because he's lost everything. I was just good storytelling.
Agreed.
Jacob,
I'm in the same boat. It's more like you have this Freeze who he is in complete despair. Nothing matters anymore, and so he wants to bring despair to everybody else around him, because that's where he is. Be like he's lost his humanity. He lost the love of his life. He lost his drive to why he was doing everything else. And so why bother with everything now? Be like, just let everything else become despair, because that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I love the big reveal when you'd be like, it's like, there's a suit, must be a backup, and then you see his head come around the corner with that like very, very gothic, very horror noir kind of style with the shadows and everything. Like, oh my gosh, that's so good. And again, the storytelling is amazing, because they don't lose that in between the transition of animation. And I do agree the animation style is a bit because there was a lot more fluidity with Batman the Animated Series. And you get into the Adventures of Batman and Robin, you still have the exact same thing. But like once you get here, everything's be like, it doesn't have the exact same flow. Like the line work is a lot more sharper at angle. And I get it why they did it, because they need to match what they're doing with Superman the Animated Series. And I appreciate what they were able to do story wise continually forward. I definitely agree the design of the Joker, just like, what the fudge?
We're not to Joker yet.
No, we're not the Joker yet, but
we did
good
that last
night.
Week. That's the most obvious.
Yeah. But overall, I did enjoy this episode. It's really good. And again, it's a Mr. Freeze episode. What else do you need?
I mean, this is the part 5 of Mr. Freeze's story.
Right.
Throughout this. Now, granted, originally you would not have seen part 4, because that's the movie Sub-Zero. But this is one of the things I love about Batman the Animated Series. They took a character like Mr. Freeze, who my understanding prior to this particular show was basically a C-list villain. I remember him in the Adam West show. I know that's not exactly the best thing to go back to, but he was just wanted to freeze everything for the heck of it. He and then you get the story here where with Heart of Ice and Cold Comfort, and I can't remember what the other one is prior to this besides Sub-Zero, but this whole story with Mr. Freeze has turned him into much more of a deep character. There's a reason why this story was adapted into the comics, and why this is the version of Mr. Freeze that they kind of sort of adapted in Batman and Robin for Arnold Schwarzenegger to play. It's because it's actually a very it made the character good. It made the character an interesting character.
Yeah,
it did for him what Frank Gorshin did for the Riddler all those years ago, uplifting those characters into interesting characters instead of C-listers.
Yeah.
So this one, when we originally watched Sub-Zero, what was that, 3-4 years ago, Jacob?
Yeah, something like
3-4 years ago.
Yeah,
that DVD I had like all 5 of the episodes along with the movie on it, and I watched all 3 of the animated series episodes, and I started this one originally, and the art style was so different I couldn't watch it, and I turned it off. And so I didn't even get to the Batman Beyond episode, which was the last one that was on that disc. And I in watching it now, I still don't like this art style change. I understand the reasoning why. I understand I understand why they had to do it and why it fits, and how it fits better, because this art style, this version of the art, it does get better, especially once we get to Justice League and some of the later shows. But here, oh man, does it not fit these characters the way I think it should.
Right.
I'm
think that's
missing the Art
too.
Deco.
Yeah.
Because we're also missing, that's also gone in this art style changes.
Yeah.
All of the Art Deco that was in the original show is just gone.
Well, even from the intro to the actual show itself,
Yeah.
like
I love that we went back to the original intro. I kind of wish we had a new intro that matched the art style.
Yeah. I want to say this. I want to put this disclaimer because I feel like we said it feels cheaper, and it does, but they still did some really cool things.
Yeah, from a story point of view, this is excellent.
Well, even in some of the animation stuff, there's some cool stuff.
Yeah.
I have to say now, the moment whenever Bruce or Batman's fighting Freeze in the helicopter, he looks up and you see Freeze's reflection in the window.
Yes.
That's how he knows to fight him. And there's like, a little bit now. It feels a little distorted, a little bit, but the fact that they took the time to animate the reflection of Freeze coming up behind him with him, so there, I thought that was a nice touch. I thought
there is a lot to like about this episode. I don't want the hatred or the negativity, I should say, towards the art style change to color that, because I do like this next story. I love the idea that now that Freeze is just a head, and he no longer physically has a heart, he is now more heartless than he was before when his heart was just frozen.
Agreed.
Right.
I think that's a cool little touch, because now he's more automaton-like.
Right.
And I like that too. I thought that was a great way to handle his character as he's sinking lower and lower now that he doesn't even have his wife.
Right.
Because she thinks he's dead.
Yeah.
If I remember
she's been
correctly.
gone.
And she's been gone. So,
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly how it ended, but I remember she was finally cured at the end of that movie.
Yeah, she was cured, and then they said in the show that like he just never went and saw her, and it was so long. She actually went off. She moved away with somebody that she felt somebody else that she fell in love with, or something like that.
But the thing is, I'm also trying to think back, or at least how I would have thought back if I'd have watched this episode when it aired, with Sub-Zero still far in the future in terms of release. And watching this episode, I would have been lost as a goose as to why Freeze was acting this way.
True.
Because I was like, why don't you go save your wife? Aren't you trying to do that? Don't you need to do that? And he's not going to save his wife because his wife's already alive somewhere.
Right.
But he can't be with her, and his condition has worsened to the fact that now he's just a head. I thought that was I like that approach. I just wish they'd actually released Sub-Zero when they were supposed to, because that would have made probably viewing in the original context better. And I kind of wish I'd have gone back and watched Sub-Zero before I watched this episode, so I would remember in context what was going on in Frieza's story at this point.
Well, it's funny that now that you're saying that, like, I'm remembering the movie Sub-Zero, and now dots are connecting for me also, because I think that's probably what threw me off also. I'm going, oh, when did his wife get healed?
It all happened during Sub-Zero, which takes place between season 3 and season 4. And what's also weird is 2 episodes ago was the last time we had a Mr. Freeze episode at the end of season 3.
Right.
So my brain keeps going there instead of because that's the more recent one I've seen than Sub-Zero. And I should have known to go watch Sub-Zero before I watched this. I had time to do it, but I didn't do it.
Right.
But I do enjoy this episode. Admittedly, while I do think it's written well, I do think we are starting to see some slips in the writing as the show is kind of winding down. But, and maybe running out of ideas for Batman episodes. I don't know. But I am curious to see where we do go from here.
Mm-hmm.
So shall we go ahead and get into the next episode?
Yeah.
Double Talk. Production episode 89, broadcast episode 91. Yes, we are already out of sync again. It only took 4 episodes to get out of sync again.
Surprise, surprise.
This episode first aired November 22nd of 1997. It was written by Robert Goodman and directed by Kurt Gita. In this episode, Arnold Wesker, the ventriloquist, is released from Arkham Asylum, deemed a healthy man, only to discover that his alternate personality, Scarface, may still be struggling to return. New cast for this episode, Mel Winkler is replacing the original actor for Lucius Fox. Suzanne Stone is playing Dr. Joan Leland. Townsend Coleman is playing Muggsy. Earl Bowen is playing Rhino. Patty Maloney is playing Mrs. Seeger. And Billy Barty is playing Hips McManus. Trivia for this one, Clark Kent and Lois Lane, characters from Superman, the animated series, can be seen in the background of the park in the scene after the ventriloquist goes up the stairs from the subway into the park.
Yeah.
The establishing shot towards the end of the episode, which shows a harbor, is actually the exact same shot used toward the beginning of Sins of the Father, which we reviewed last week. Two-Face can actually be seen on the dock, although he is never seen again throughout the episode. Brock Peters, that's who I couldn't think of the guy's name. Mel Winkler replaces Brock Peters as the voice of Lucius Fox starting in this episode. And the 2 little people featured in this episode, Mrs. Seeger and Hips McManus, are actually voiced by 2 little people actors, Patty Maloney and Billy Barty, respectively.
Huh.
Cool.
Which does explain why they went to the trouble, because I was confused why they went to that much trouble for these 2 characters, because I didn't know if that was a joke on it being a halfway house, and I thought that would have been in poor taste. But I can kind of at least understand why they did it here. So what's your thoughts on this episode, Dallas?
Once again, I don't like this character design. Scarface went from looking like a puppet to having a unibrow, and
yes,
I'm not really sure what's happening with Home Deuce Space.
At least with this episode with Scarface, you could at least say that Muggsy and Rhino are horrible carvers.
Yes.
They are good with woodwork. That's why he looks the way he does. Why Arnold, on the other hand, looks the way he does, couldn't tell you.
Arnold looks like, I don't know, like this just awkward.
This is definitely not the same character design from the original.
Beady eyes, everything's bad. Mm-hmm. But regardless of that, I thought the story was fascinating because we're dealing with we're dealing with mental health issues, obviously.
Yes.
The man's got schizophrenia, what's personality, whatever you want to call it. And he goes to that journey of being healed, being okay. And he gets out and he's doing well. And I appreciate the fact that Bruce has gone above and beyond. This is one of the things I appreciate about this Bruce in this series because they do a great job of showing him taking care of things in the dark and in the light. As Batman, he's beating the crap out of people, but on the back end, he genuinely is trying to restore people who need restoration.
Agreed.
And so he's trying to help this guy out the best he can. And we have this tragic thing where people of ill influence are coming in and trying to pull him back in for their own reasons. Their own, like, it's because they want something out of it.
Yeah.
And it's again, this is what I'm saying. Like, we've lost some of the beauty of the art, but we've kept the underground of the depth of what's taking place, the storytelling, the real life consequences and results. Like, this is a tragic story about a man who's just trying to be okay, and he has these influences from his past trying to tear him back down. And so overall, I enjoyed the episode. Again, I think if I would have to watch a lot more to get used to the art.
It doesn't help that this is the 4th episode with this art style.
Yeah.
I wonder if you're watching like all of the DCAU in order and you had all of season 1 of Superman, the animated series, to watch before you got to this,
it might have been
if it would have been easier transition.
Yeah,
Possibly.
So that's my thoughts on it.
Jacob, what is your thoughts on this episode?
My thoughts on this episode. Hold on, let me get my references. I absolutely do love the idea of be like, you do have Whistler, but like, who's a man again, like Dallas was saying, he's like, who's dealing with some kind of, mental issue, and be like, he's dealing with schizophrenia, multiple personality, whatever you want to call it. But I do love that he's on the right track. He's trying to get better. He's trying to get to readjusted in the world, and you have everybody else who are trying to pull him in different directions. Like, he has his former goons who are trying to pull him back into being Scarface by phone calls and imitators and whatever. But like, it's such a brilliant storytelling, and Batman and Bruce Wayne are generally trying to help him, because they know he's being pulled in the wrong direction. He realizes that, be like, if this isn't stopped, be like, Scarface will be. And I do agree the design of Scarface is a radical change, because he does look like a mini mob boss with the
unibrow.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh, okay, well, that was awkward, but
it's his entire forehead.
Yeah. That's true. But the overall, I do love that it's let me get his name right. Wesker. Wesker. I got close. Wesker. Wesker does ultimately defeat his own demon. Is the fact to be like, he's the voice behind Scarface, but ultimately he realized to be like, you're no longer in control of my life. Like, this is a part of my past that I buried, and now it's going to stay dead by literally shooting the puppet and letting it fall into a grinder. Letting the past die. Be like, no longer being controlled by the past. You're no defined by who you were. And I love that. I absolutely love it. And be like, I had something like recently in my life that I kind of gave over to God. And it's like, and it was more one of those freeing burdens that was let go. And it's just, I kind of feel for the guy at that moment. He has that moments where, be like, okay, I can go back and, be that person I was before, or I can not let my past define me and move forward into this new direction by destroying my past.
My thoughts on this episode. I want to point out something I'm very impressed about in this episode, and that's how very quickly I became invested in Wesker's story.
Yeah.
Because in all the previous episodes featuring Scarface and the ventriloquist, Wesker has been expertly done as a background character. He's there. He's obviously the one puppeteering Scarface, but they did it in such a way where you kind of forget he's there because you're focused on Scarface as a character.
Yeah.
So then you get to this one where we're actually focusing on Wesker himself, and you're kind of immediately pulled in. He's like, he's he's been healed. He's having these nightmares like you do, because even if he's even normally in this situation, you would still be recovering. You're always going to be recovering from this sort of thing. Because there's a lot of trauma that's going to have been related to puppeteering a crime boss in the middle of Gotham City.
Right.
You're going to see a lot of things that your alter ego is going to have caused, and to a degree, that was you, even though it wasn't you, if you know what I'm talking about. So immediately I'm pulled into the story of this guy who admittedly has been released from his sins. If you want to throw in a Christian reference to this.
Yeah, agreed.
But as he's getting better, he keeps being reminded of his past.
Trying to get pulled back.
He runs into Muggsy. Muggsy and Rhino are doing things to try and get him to remember, to bring Scarface back out of it. They're doing things to pretty much put him back into the mental illness he was in. Completely destroy the recovery he's gone through so far to get him back into being their boss. And immediately, and I'm sitting there watching this. Grant, I watched the last episode we talked about, and I was watching it, but I was kind of half watching it because it was good. But I mean, we've watched a lot of these episodes at this point. While I'm still enjoying the show, I'm knowing the formula at this point, and the art style does kind of sour me with this at the moment. But with this episode, the minute I was watching this, and I was immediately recognizing, I was kind of locked in on this episode, because this is an excellent episode, to the point where you get to the last part where he's standing on that bridge. And Scarface is telling Arnold to shoot. Right. And he turns. And you're sitting there going, is he going to do it? Is he not? I was legitimately invested in this character who previously I didn't even care about. Right. Because he was not, because he was there, sure. But he was in the background. He was the required accessory to Scarface. Now he's the main character dealing with, what do I do with this thing that is me? I know it's me telling these henchmen to kill me, despite the fact it's me. Right. And finally he says, do the right thing. Or Scarface says, and Arnold says, I think I will, or something to that effect, and throws Scarface off the roof. Shoots him off, and lands on an air conditioner on top of the next building, and just gets shredded. And I'm like, that is the best. If this is the ventriloquist's last episode and Scarface's last episode and all the DCAU, I am here for it. If they bring him back, I'm going to be pissed. Because this was the best end for this character. Agreed. Yeah. This is the only one so far I feel like the healing has gotten to a point where I think it will stick. Yeah. Every other character who's had those brighter moments where it's like Harley a couple episodes ago, we know she's going to sink back into it because she's got that Christmas episode with Ivy coming up. Right. You can't keep a good clown girl down, or bad clown girl down, but this was like the first one. It's like the healing was earned. I was invested in him being healed, and I was like, if they bring this back, I'm going to be pissed. Yeah, because he could come back in a later episode, maybe not in this show, but maybe somewhere else in the DCAU as a background character. Maybe I can let it go if it's far enough away, but at this point, it's like, no, character's done. You don't bring this character back unless you need Arnold Wesker in the background scene for some other reason. But he's not going to have Scarface. Scarface is dead. It should stay dead. Right. Agreed. And this is honestly of the season 4 episodes, this is already my favorite episode. I would say it's actually in maybe my top 20 overall. So
I respect that.
Next week, with Roy and Paul, we're going to be watching episodes You Scratch My Back and Never Fear. So join us next week for that. Dallas, tell us about Geek Devotions.
Okay, Geek Devotions. First off,
even though we've kind of already talked about Geek Devotions,
I want to do this first. I want to give one more comment about the animation for this while we're here before I move on.
Go ahead.
I made a joke about Gordon looked like he was on Ozempic.
Yes.
Right.
And I said he was on that because he ate too many donuts.
He was on chemo.
I've been looking at, while we're talking, the character designs between the original Batman the Animated Series and this New Adventures. This whole thing is an advertisement for Ozempic. Every character,
they are all a lot skinnier.
They're all considerably smaller, and some of them look a lot less healthy than they used to. So, I don't know if this was a prophecy about Ozempic or somebody got the idea for it. But anyways, Geek Devotions, ladies and gentlemen, is a show from devoted geeks who are devoted to letting people know that they're loved. So a show that my wife and I started almost 10 years ago. This February will be a whole 10 years. Where every Friday we put out a devotion based on geek culture, and it's designed to let people know love, they're cared for, and that there's hope. And we do a variety of things. We have devotions every Friday. In fact, today's episode that dropped as of the airing of this viewing here was about a little movie, Muppets From Space. You should check that out.
Yes.
Anyways, so we have that. We do various podcasts. We have a podcast called The Bottom Shelf, where we talk about terrible movies. We have a podcast called We Read Allegedly, where we read books. We have a podcast about Spider-Man. We got a podcast about Mobile Gundam. We have another podcast that we kind of just revived recently. It's been dead since 2021, but we revived it, called Good Morning Devotional Podcast, which is kind of a short devotional podcast. It's a little more personal because it's literally kind of my reflections from my personal Bible study. And so that's out there also. And but our whole thing is just being in geek culture and letting people know that somebody cares.
Fair enough. So if no one has anything else to add, this has been Drew.
This is Jacob.
I'm Dallas.
And we'll catch you in the next frame.
To follow Jacob and Drew's individual internet exploits, check out the Linktree links in the show notes. You can email us at thecellcastpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter or X at @cast_cell. Follow our Facebook page, The Cellcast Podcast, and join our Facebook group, The Cell Nation, our YouTube channel, Cellcast, and our Rumble channel, The Cellcast Gaming. You can join us every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central for our live recordings of our episodes on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. You can also join Drew on those same streaming channels on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central for gaming streams. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else fine podcasts can be downloaded from. Please rate and review us where you found us. Our theme song is Drop and Roll by Silent Partner. Our bad movie theme is It's Party Time by Gregory Snegoff, with additional audio from the film Titanic: The Legend Goes On, and remember, that's Cell with a single L.
This looks familiar, vaguely familiar, almost unreal yet. It's too soon to feel yet, close to my soul and yet so far away. I'm going to go back there someday.